So I want to show you guys something. We're on Liberty Falls. This is a standard battle. And every now and then, I come across something, I try something, and it works. And it works quite well. Liberty Falls, I've spawned in the northwestern corner. If you spawn the northeastern corner, you'll have to make your way across the A line, the B line, to get to this position here. So we're sitting in the bottom left corner of C1. And if we were to flip the map around, well, not flip the map around, if we were to flip the teams around and look at it from the enemy spawn point of view, there are two corridors on the one line and the two line. There's one corridor on the one line, there's one corridor on the two line. From the enemy spawn, the corridor on the two line is the first one they will get to at the start of the game. Now, obviously, you can take the longer way around. You can cut across the J from the enemy cap, drive along the J line and up the one line to get to the one line corridor. But, you know, people tend to go for the easiest route. We go for the path of least resistance. And that leads people into the corridor on the two line. And from this bottom left corner of C1, I can shoot straight down into the choke point on the two line. I can shoot down into the entranceway of this corridor of the two line. So I can effectively stop the enemy team from progressing up the two line simply by playing this position. With the way the graphics work in this game, the trees are relatively close to me. There are multiple layers of trees here. There's trees directly in front of the rock in front of me. Then you've got the trees that are in like E2. But then after that, it's a clear shot down to this choke point. With the way the graphics work in this game, for me, looking through these trees, it's quite easy. But for them, it's going to be a bit more blurred. Not going to be as crisp. Not going to be as sharp. So while I can see, you know, I can't see perfectly, obviously. The trees are in the way. But I can see through these trees a lot easier than they can see through to me. So I've got this soft cover advantage. And with the way I'm repositioning, the way I'm moving about, I'm never shooting from the same position twice. There is a Japanese medium down the end there. Not this, that's a TVP, not the 4005. There's a Japanese medium to the right of that 4005. And they are trying to put shots in on me. So at least one person on the enemy team in this game knew that there was something down here, but they couldn't see what. Now, the only problem with this position is I can't cover the one line. But with the way the teams kind of distribute themselves on this map, a lot of players come to the 1-2 line, and I am relying to an extent on my team to cover the one line, the line that I can't see. But here, this is me lining up with this sort of break in the trees, and I can see the shape of. I can't. It was either. It may have been was it a TVP? I think it was that Japanese medium. I could see the shape of a vehicle through the tree, and I can guarantee that player could not see me because, you know, like I've said, the way the graphics work. I'm relying on my team to cover the one line. Now, we all know what it's like relying on teammates to work with us. It doesn't always happen. So you could say it's a gamble. Yeah, it is a gamble to play that position. You're relying on other people to protect a flank that you can't see. But for the most part, I'd say statistically, most people play the 1-2 line on Liberty Falls. Most players do. As you can see from this game, there's 4 tanks on the 789 line. The rest of my team are on the 1-2 line, apart from that tank destroyer. It's fair to say the majority of players will play the 1-2 line. And that position is proven to me several times to be quite a strong position. Now, if the teams were flipped, you can play a similar line on the other side of the map. I'm coming up to it here. It's on my right hand side. It's roughly H1. That position is a little harder to get to because you've got to go further south on the map. You've got to go all the way down. I think you've got to go all the way down to the K line and then travel north up the one line to get to that position. But it can be done from the other side. So the next time you guys are in Liberty Falls and you want a slightly different position, a position that can see down a corridor or down the corridor to the initial choke point, then try that out. I recommend it. So I finished second there, 5,000 damage. That's for Era 1, that's pretty darn good. And I'm still working my way through the Object 430U. I'm enjoying the Object 430U. I like the Object 430. Gun depression is, well, you know, it's Russian gun depression. It is what it is, non-existent. But so far, I'm liking this line, and I'm playing it a fair bit. So there you go, guys. I just wanted to show you that position on Liberty Falls. Give it a try if you want, and see how it works out for you. So, if you've enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If not a dislike, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one.